Floating on that hydroplaning, contemplating. I just told my lady stop complaining, we gon' make it. Every time we argue, I just visualize her naked. I pray for heaven's gates to be my final destination. Sign the biggest independent deal since the declaration. Boy, I'm talking about responding.
Payday, you've been working with Payday for some years, huh?
You know, I'm from Waco, Texas, man.
Yeah.
And Payday always been in the clothing game, hustling hard, man. I've seen him come from the bottom to this. It's amazing, man. For real, for real.
That's what's up. And from all the way to Complete Culture Radio, it's not even just clothing anymore.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just let you know dreams come true, man. I mean, he was out the trunk with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like we were, you know, we was out the trunk with CDs
With the music.
and stuff. And, you know, now that we it's crazy, man. And now that we in Austin, Texas, man, and seeing Payday do his thing and him seeing us do our thing, man, it's just let you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hard work pays off, man.
And everybody's supporting each other, too. That's always good to see.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have a new thing going on here, New Texas. Can you
Yeah,
tell us
man,
about that
New
and what it
Texas.
is?
Man, I've done a lot of traveling and stuff, man. I've been in New York, Cali, all kind of places,
Yeah.
you know, and I always hear this thing with other artists like, oh, Texas, man, y'all swinging and swunging and stuff like that. So, you know, it's crazy because they hate on the culture, man, but the culture is real, and I just feel like the New Texas was like a movement to let them know that the sound is changing, but we're still true to our sound, though. So,
Yeah.
you know, you might hear some new music, but you still gonna hear some DJ Screw on the hook or some Slim Thug. You know, it's just bringing a new flavor. Nothing against the old. You know what I'm saying? So.
And you have a new studio, too, right?
Yeah, man. Actually, we linked up with Purple K Beats. He had just graduated from the Art Institute, and we got a studio over there on Metric. I'm trying to think of the address off back, but it's the old Barson building. But you know, we've been over there it's like a $250,000 studio. You know, we've been getting clients in there, putting in work. You know, trying to come out with good music. You know, it's definitely for the serious artists. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we do have a low budget area, which is Studio B, but we're still trying to put out the same sound and still want people to have the opportunity to work there. So. I mean, it's just, you know, just staying diligent,
cool.
Building the business and putting in work, man. That's really about it.
That's what's up. And you rap, you produce, you engineer, you do
Man,
everything?
I do it all. I do
You
it all.
do video, you do the photography.
Yeah. You know, I learned a lot of that because I just didn't have the budget. You know, I didn't have the budget up and coming, so, you know, I just say, you know what, I'm going to apply myself. I did a lot of YouTube, did a lot of this and a lot of that, put out some ugly videos, you know, and then I go back and delete them. Just different stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it's a big learning lesson, you know what I mean? And I've seen the change, you know. I've seen when I first started to the time now, and you know, when I made that first video that I was happy with, you know, I was jumping around in the house like, yes, I did it, you know what I'm saying?
How long ago was that?
That happened about maybe like a year and a half ago. So
okay, because I know you've been performing for a while because you performed at my first event I did in 2011.
Yep.
So how long have you been doing music?
Man, I've been doing music probably since I was 15 years old.
Okay.
Maybe longer than that. I remember I used to cut grass and have my headphones on. I was listening to Kool Moe Dee and stuff like that, man. And then one day, man, I was just like, man, you know, I'm gonna do music, and I started out producing. I bought me a Trinity keyboard touchscreen thingy. It was the best thing out at the time, and everybody was coming through for beats, and I think they was more intrigued by the touchscreen, you know what I'm saying? And I was making beats, man, and I just had an epiphany one day. I was like, I'm tired of all these rappers jumping on my beats, man. I wanna, you know, I always rap behind the scenes, and I just finally got on my tracks, and I started doing music, and you know, the rest kind of went from there, just evolved and grew. And I took a little layover, you know what I'm saying? I got locked up in '03 and had to go to penitentiary, you know, trying to do the old drug dealing thing, and got caught and paroled to Austin, Texas in '07. And then I had a stronger mind frame to do what I needed to do. You know, I was always told I had talent, and then in 2010 I ended up getting that single deal with Gucci Mane. So that was kind of my turning point right there.
And what was that?
They had a website called ourstage.com.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, and I was just on the website, and they said $15, submit your song. Gucci Mane's giving out a single deal with Asylum Distribution, Warner Brothers, the whole thing. So I did it, and I never forget, I was like way at the bottom of the list. And then I remember it was JJ from Pick Your Poison, Dennis, Den was there, Fitness. I remember Grip was there. And matter of fact, Grip was one of the first DJs that even reached out to me in Austin. Like, I didn't really have any friends, nobody to really backed me up, and then Dollars and Cents took me in, and you know, and I had the studio right next to Grip. He helped me get the whole office thing and everything, and we started running. I remember we was on a computer voting, and my name just kept going up, kept going up, kept going up, and on the last day, I made it to #1, and the clock ran out. And so we were just sitting back, then we all up for 2 days. We just sitting there twirling our thumbs, and then next thing you know, I remember Austin Martin was sitting right there next to me, and I got a phone call from a guy named Jay Grant from Warner Brothers.
Like right away when the contest
Man,
ended?
it was a day later.
Oh, okay.
It was the longest day later. And so they definitely stayed true. They definitely stayed true to what they were saying, and they pretty much hit me up, and they called, and then and from that point on, we had to pick a record, and we picked a record with actually a record that JJ did make. He had like a pop record, and we felt like it was the right thing to do at the time. I took a lot of flack from that because a lot of people expected a hood record. You know, it's like, you were Gucci, you need to be talking about crack and dope and all that. But I was thinking, man, like, is that what I want? You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna go as far as me doing a sort of a hip hop / pop record with him right when he had a song with he actually was with Mariah Carey at the time. He had that pop record with Mariah Carey, and so we felt like that was the right thing to do. And you know, I got a lot out of that record. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it gave people a different perspective on my life and my career, where it is now. So they didn't just look at me from one angle. You know, so.
And ever since then, you've been taking music real seriously and just focusing just on music, huh?
Yeah, ever since then, man, and yeah, like I said, they gave me hope. They gave me, I felt like it could be done.
Yeah.
And then I kind of chilled back for a while. I took a little deal from Sony. It was just a digital distribution deal. Wasn't all cracked out, you know, that I wanted to be, but it was an opportunity to learn something.
And you moved to Atlanta for a while?
I went to Atlanta for a while, came back, and I learned the digital side of the game. You know what I mean? So once I figured out the digital part, I kind of just felt like you really don't need a label. You know what I mean? Once you understand the digital distribution, once you understand, you know, what you need to do. The business is all money. You know what I mean? You can have the talent all day long, but if you're not thinking about trying to pay somebody to do something, then you need to start reevaluating your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? On what this game's all about. So,
and how far are you trying to go with it? And you said you traveled a lot. What's the favorite place you traveled to?
I think the funnest place I've been to was Arizona, no lie. Like, I got.
Where were you, in Phoenix or like Scottsdale?
Scottsdale,
man,
party
I was
town.
turned up in Scottsdale.
What happened was I got booked down there with the Bad Girls Club and
I remember
Bobby Valentino and Beanie Man and some other people, and it was for the fest, 420 Fest.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing ever because getting there, you know, it's like, okay, I meet Bobby Valentino, dude's like 4'3", he ain't even tall at all. And then you see these bad girls.
Damn,
they come
he said 4'3".
Yeah, actually, I took away from his height a little bit, but dude's short as hell. And then
You're taller than me, though.
And the bad girls are just like on TV, man.
Oh, man.
They get wasted, they turn up, and it's crazy because I'm sitting like in the back, you know, in VIP, and they're looking at me like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's messed up, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Valentino, he was cool though. He was like, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? And but I do remember, man, they treated me real well, you know, and that was a blessing just to be up and coming and to be invited. And after I performed, everybody treated me different. It was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. So that was a good experience, and I just had never had that type of treat and come off the plane, somebody picks you up, and I'll let you know, thankful for the power of social media. Because, I mean, I think that's one of the biggest reasons why positive is kind of taking over. You know, it's just, you know, for so long a lot of things was done in the dark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, it's like people are just making all this hate crime viral. You know, I mean, even down to the rebel flag. You know, I didn't want to get into the whole thing, but I just know where I grew up. You know, the rebel flag had to do with racism. You know, maybe it had something to do with something else then. But not in my
It never did. That particular design of the flag, they created in the 50s, I think in the 50s or 60s.
Exactly.
Out of hate. Out of, we don't want to.
You know, and people, it's just, hate's been hiding behind different little walls for a long time, you know. And like I said, the social media world, and everybody's just getting kind of fed up, you know. And so, like, the situation with her is just, you know, pulling somebody out the car. I mean, to me, that was a brave cop to even know that he has a camera on himself.
Yeah.
And, you know, and for him to think that, you know, you can tell someone to put this cigarette. I mean, it's
Well, I mean, the thing about it is, I don't think he was brave to do that. I think he just the cops don't, their punishment doesn't fit their crime ever.
right, and
It's just the same as with her. Her punishment didn't fit her crime, and so now, but on a different scale.
you know, it's just, you know, I truly feel this way. You know, even with like the military or anything, a lot of people don't know I've been to the military, and you know, a lot of people don't know my background behind it. But I went AWOL 2 times. You know what I mean? And you know, luckily I didn't, you know, catch a federal charge, anything like that. I was still able to get out with a general discharge, which you still have your benefits and all that stuff. But I left because I couldn't adapt. Like I couldn't adapt to brainwashing. I couldn't adapt to all the things that they do. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is even you know, you can take a guy, for instance, we grew up in high school with, and he probably got bullied all his life, and then he decides to become a cop. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what do you think is going to happen to a guy that's never had any mental help or psychological help of him being bullied or whatever that's going on with Sandra right now? I just think that everybody, you know, even though we're looking at Facebook, just don't jump the gun. Like, don't jump the gun on race war.
Right.
Don't jump the gun on, you know, she's black and he's white. You know,
I mean, that's what it was. So I mean, that's
kind
you know,
of
undeniable and unavoidable, because that's.
You're right. But I just think that social media has a way of uploading certain things to our timelines, and it actually manipulates the way people think about certain things, because they're only showing you what they want to show you. So I just ask everyone, you know what I mean, take the time, wait before we start saying this and saying that, and just let things play out and then see what it is. But if that's the case, if that woman was murdered, yes, we all need to stand up, all colors, you know what I mean?
I mean, regardless of even that fact, the facts that we saw in the video, the dash cam video, and the video that somebody else took on their cell phone.
Yeah.
Like, those are facts right in front of us.
Yes,
so,
yes.
I mean...
It's just the murder part, you know.
Yeah.
For someone to physically go inside her cell, pull a piece of plastic.
I don't doubt it. I mean, if you in the wrong side of Texas, I mean, it is.
Yeah, people think it ain't. It's real. It's real.
You go. All right. Can you tell us how to find you on social media one more time, and where to find your music, and then we'll get into a track and let you
all my URLs for everything: SoundCloud, all the way to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's King Solo TX. One word: KINGSOLOTX. Or you can just simply Google me across the web. You know, if you ever want to know how, you know, I achieved my accomplishment with the Gucci Mane situation in 2010, it's real easy. Just Google King Solo and Gucci Mane, you know. And I mean, that was that. I always bring that up because that was what got me going. That was my hope, you know. So I just try to let everybody know, man, keep it real out there, keep it 1,000, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully y'all can join this new Texas movement. It's not just about me, it's about everybody. So, you know, we're just trying to bring awareness to Texas hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Complete Culture Radio, DJ Miss, my homegirl Rubina. Relax. She got the I got the beanie.
Oh man, yes, I meant to say that. You bought the first beanie.
Yeah.
The very first beanie you bought. Man, I appreciate you. And and then introduced me to Roy Jones Jr. the same night. And so I had pictures
and then Roy Jones wore one.
And him, he wore it. He got a beanie too. The first night I came out with him.
And that's called making moves, putting yourself in position, being in the right place. Networking, exactly. That's how it works.
You gotta be out in the mix. But real quick, there's over 100 cities in California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Jersey, New Mexico, Ohio, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Virginia.
Wow.
That, I don't know if it's the whole state, but definitely there's over 100 cities within those states that have this Ban the Box campaign, and they passed it.
They banning the box.
So that's going, and that's a part of, Obama talked about it too within the prison reform.
Change is coming, world.
Yes, positivity prevails.
Help somebody.
Yep. So what do you got for us? You got that I hustle, I grind, I go? Let's hear that one more time, and then I'll be back to tell y'all the events for the weekend. Turn up, turn up.
Get motivated.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out.
Hey, I'll do it again.
Welcome to the weekend.
For the money, what you gonna do for the money? I'm also with the boss.
I hustle, I grind, I go. focus on this illest. I'm just being a realist, huh? Time's up in essence, I'm just counting my blessings, learning from all my lessons. Why God just keep on testing, huh?